Marcie.
How are you?
I'm okay. Are you ready to start?
I'm ready to start.
All right, so you want to do like Marcie's doing. You want to sit on a chair that's got a nice straight back to it. She's got her feet on the floor. She's actually got nice painted toenails. That's not a requirement. Sitting up straight. And I know you can't see it from here, but she's actually not touching the back of the chair. So we're going to have you either keep your hands like Marcie has hers or place them onto your thighs. And we're going to start the practice with the most important element of the yoga practice, which is the breathing. So Marcie will close her eyes. And you may not be able to see, but there's going to be a visual expansion and a visual contraction of her breath. She's breathing through the nose. And we're just going to take 5 more of these breaths. So you can close your eyes too. I'll count through. Inhale. And exhale. Number 2. Inhale. And exhale. Number 3. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. Number 5. And then before you open your eyes, just feel your feet on the floor and relax your shoulders. And then you can open the eyes and raise the arms up above your head. And just like Marcie's doing here, you want your palms to face each other and really open the fingers. Good. Now from here, she's going to put her left hand on her hip. And she's going to keep this right arm nice and tall as she leans over. Good. So that's towards your right side, leaning towards the right. And then we'll change and do the other side. Now you can't hear Marcie, but the whole time she's breathing. You want to make sure that that's the pillar of the practice, because either we're thinking and planning, or we're just feeling the body. Let's do the first side one more time. And then the second side, twisting a little bit to take the heart up to the sky. Good. Now we're going to come back to center. And why don't you take your right hand, so why don't you do the opposite? Mm-hmm. Your right hand to your left knee.
I'm mirroring you.
Yeah. And then twist, so you're going to look behind your left shoulder. And some of you will feel this pretty much right away. If you don't feel much, really twist yourself around so you end up with an obvious feeling stretch in your spine. And then to come out of it, go slowly and we'll change sides. Keep your spine long. And then she's going to come back to center. And just put your hands on your knees and then lean forward. Now Marcie's very flexible, so she can definitely put her forearms on her thighs. Some of you may be able to do that. Just lean right down onto the forearms. And there may be some of you with a lot of flexibility who can actually flop right down, releasing the arms all together. It's just going to depend on how much you can do, how much flexibility you have. Now stay where you are. And really let your head go. Look at how heavy Marcie's hanging her head here. No attempt to lift the head. Keep it flopping. And I'm just going to count 3 breaths. You want to stay where you are. 3. And 2. And feel the whole body stretching, especially the spine and the shoulders. And then let's have you come up to standing. And at this point, we'll get rid of the chair. So most of you probably don't have an assistant like Marcie, but I'll take the chair away. And then stand right up onto your yoga mat or your floor. You really don't need a yoga mat for this sequence that we're doing. And take your arms overhead. And reach up to the sky and look up to the sky. And then as you exhale, fold forward all the way down. And bend your knees here. Just like you did a minute ago when you were seated in the chair, let your head drop. Take one more breath. And she'll do the same thing twice more. Inhale, lift up. As we turn on my side. Exhale, dive forward. Good. Now I'm going to have Marcie just turn to the side view so we can see her knees bending. And really what I want you to notice is how floppy her head is. You're just letting it go here. One more time. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Now in case you're wondering, she's extremely flexible. There are very few people who can do this, so don't compare yourself. You're just doing the best that you can, stretching your body a little bit more than it would normally go. So come on up to standing, Marcie. And why don't we have you continue to face this direction. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back. Put your hands on your hips. Now what I want you to notice is the placement of her back foot. She's got a little angle here, so we call that a 30-degree angle. She's going to keep the back foot oriented like 30 degrees and bend her front knee. Good. Now this is called warrior number one. You see her back leg straight, her front knee is bent. The whole pose, if her arms are okay, her shoulders feel fine, she can take the arms up. And that is warrior number one. If this hurts your shoulders, put your hands on your hips instead. But in any case, your legs should be in that position. Take one more breath. And then exhale. Step your back foot forward. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Her left foot is now in front. She's got a nice straight back leg and her front knee will bend to 90 degrees. If her shoulders are strong, her arms will come right up, warrior number one. And breathe. This is a great strengthener, as you can feel, for your legs and your hips and your core and your shoulders. And the whole time you're breathing deeply. Now she's going to take her hands to her hips. And we'll do that one more time. Very simple. Step your back foot forward. Right foot's in front. Left foot steps back. Arms up. Warrior one. And this time we're going to add warrior number two. Getting a little fancy. So the legs stay virtually in the same pose. If you need to move them a little bit, that's okay. Then you can see she's got a wrist-to-wrist extension. Good. Now hands to hips. And we'll come back to where we started, stepping the back foot forward. Keep your left foot in front and step your right foot back. Front knee bends low. This should be familiar. This is warrior one again. Reaching up. Now she'll come to warrior two. Good. It's normal to have to shift your legs a little bit. That's okay. Don't do anything that hurts yourself, especially not your knees. Good. Last breath here. Extend from fingertips to fingertips. Hands to your hips. Back foot steps forward. Good. Now I'm going to have her do one more pose. Let's have you take a straddle so you can face the camera. And there's a funny little detail we like to do, which is to turn the toes in. And then take your arms open like the shape of the letter X. Inhale. Bend your knees and fold forward. Now this is a theme. Relaxing the head, relaxing the spine, and letting the upper body just hang like you can see Marcie's doing. From here she'll take both hands to her right shin, or some of you may be able to grab the ankle, but hold on somewhere to that right leg and pull your body into the leg. Take 3 more breaths there. You want to give yourself some time to let the pose unfold. There's no rushing in yoga. 2 more breaths. And the last breath in. And then she'll take the other side. Hands get hold of the shin or the ankle. She's pulling herself in. And see if you can straighten at least one of your legs. Some of you may be able to straighten both legs, but at least one leg is straight. Last full breath. And then she'll come back to center, bend the knees and roll up to standing. Letter X, inhale. Good, and she's going to take a balance from here. So hands to your hips. And let's have her step right up to the front of the mat so you can really get a good look at her. So you all will stand on your left foot, and you're going to take the right foot up just like Marcie's doing. So we call that a bicycle kickstand variation. So you can see she's actually got her toes on the floor. Bring the hands to prayer position. And if it's a well-balanced day and you haven't had a lot of coffee, you can take the arms up. And this is called tree pose. Here's the secret to tree pose or any balance is you want to look at one spot. Don't look around, don't get distracted. Hold your eyes steady. And then take the other side. So transfer your weight onto your other foot. Find your kickstand and come up into a tree pose. Okay, you can come out of the pose. And now we're going to get down onto the mat. So I'm going to have Marcie take herself onto hands and knees. And there may be some of you out there with bad knees who aren't able to do this. If that's the case, honestly, I would just skip this part of the practice. It'll just be a couple of moments. Those of you that have medium knees like myself, you might put a towel underneath the knees or pillows to make this possible for you. Actually, let's have you turn the other way so you can see your profile. Now, she's going to take an inhale and take a back bend. And as she exhales, she's going to take a forward bend. We call this cat pose. Inhale, take a backward bend. Exhale. And again, inhale, you're moving the spine. Exhale, if you want to get fancy, we can say we're undulating the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we're going to get a little more complicated. Bring your knees together. And this time as she breathes in, she'll lift her right leg and her chest and chin. As she exhales, she's going to pull that knee into your forehead. And she'll do that twice more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Other side. We always repeat on the second side what we've done on the first. Exhale. Twice more. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. Now, child's pose is a pose that sounds easy, but it's not easy for all of us. So Marcie's going to demonstrate child's pose. She's got her knees wide and her toes together. Good, and she's going to come right down onto her head, the forehead to be precise, and really relax into the shoulders and the hips and the knees and the thighs. So if you can get into this pose, great. Marcie, why don't you show how it would be if you couldn't get the head down, putting the hands underneath the head, or making your hands into a little tower of fists, something to relax the head down. Let's hold it here for 3 more breaths. Steady breathing. You want to do your best just to feel your body. Don't think about your love life or what's in the refrigerator or what you're going to do tomorrow night. Just try to feel your body. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, everybody, we got a few more poses. For these last postures, you're going to actually lie on your back. Yay! All right. How you doing?
I'm great.
You got to scoot back a little bit.
Scoot down this way.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Even a little bit more. There you go. Perfect. So Marcie's going to start with the bridge, which was going to look like it sounds. She'll put her arms by her sides, push into her feet, and then lift up into the spine. Good. Now you can see right here how she's bridging her body. And she's just going to get up as high as she can. And then no surprise, you're going to have to breathe and hold the pose just for 3. And 2. You can actually watch your lungs and your belly expand here. And then she'll put the spine and hips back down to the floor. And we're going to do what we call a dynamic bridge. So this time she's going to inhale and lift up her spine and her pelvis. And as she exhales, she'll put it right back down. Breathe in, push the feet into the floor, and exhale. Good, twice more. Breathe in, exhale. One more time. Breathe in, and exhale. All right, one more time holding the pose. One more time. Come on up, bridging. And for 3 breaths. So you can close your eyes here, but what I do want you to do is feel the feet on the floor, feel the back of the head on the floor, and squeeze your thighs to lift yourself higher. Take one more breath. Come up as high as you can. And then exhale and release. We're going to make the legs like a diamond shape. So Marcie's soles of feet are going to come together like they're praying. I always wonder what feet would pray for if they could pray. And relax as much as you can. Let your knees flop open. Let your eyes close and just take a couple breaths here. So really letting the body get heavy. All right, we've got one more pose to do, and then we'll take relaxation. I hope you've heard of relaxation. It's a very important part of yoga. Take the knees into your chest, and then drop them over to your right side. So you can see how Marcie's arms are outspread. Do the same thing with your arms. Take your knees over to the other side. Allow them to touch the floor. Good, and here's the best part. It's called Shavasana, which means corpse pose. So you can see it's pretty simple. Marcie's just going to extend her legs onto the floor. Her arms are by her sides. And you can't see, but I can see her eyes are closed. So just stay in this position. Literally keep this tape running. Close your eyes. And I will let you know when about 2 or 3 minutes have passed. I won't forget you. Just stay there and relax. Now, staying where you are for another moment, take a deep breath in through your nose and an exhale. And do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And then wiggle your toes. And slowly roll onto your right side, almost like you're coming into a fetal position. And slowly push yourself up. Now, Marcie can sit in a cross-legged position, which is the traditional way to do it. If you need to sit with the legs stretched out or some other way, if you've got bad knees or hips, find some way to sit on the floor just for a moment. Take a full breath in, close your eyes again, exhale, and then scan your body. Notice any shifts in the body. And we're going to close with bringing the hands together in prayer. And when we say namaste, it means that the good in me salutes the good in you. Namaste.